Welcome back to Suck Less Saturday, folks. I am your host, Neil. Hey, do you have any classes on the schedule, or have you been to one lately, or got one coming up? Let's talk about how you can suck less in a class.
You need a shot timer because that which gets measured gets worked on. The Range Tech Timer is the official timer of Active Self-Protection because it is versatile, reliable, feature-rich, and very economical. Check out all it can do at the link below.
All right, folks, so I'm in Cleveland, sitting in my hotel room waiting for John to show up. We've been doing a lot of traveling lately, spending a lot of time teaching some classes, getting to meet some great people across the country, and it's been a lot of fun. But as I was sitting here waiting today, this thought came up that I just wanted to share with you about how we can maybe suck less in a class. The first thing is we need to have all the right gear and all of that. So, when you get your emails from whoever your host is, and typically there's 2 or 3 or 4 emails on there, read those. If you read those, 99% of the questions get answered, and then you have direction to follow to get there, and things will happen better. You'll have the right amount of ammo, you'll have the right amount of gear, you'll have the right holster. Most instructors these days don't allow a lot of different holsters. The sticky holsters, the Serpas, those kind of things are out. And when you show up with one of those to a class, it just burns time because I, as the instructor, have to then, as politely and kindly as I can, say, listen, that's not a safe thing. We're not going to do this today. Let's figure out another solution. And then it just burns up some time for everybody. So, the biggest way I think that we can suck less when we get ready to go to a class is to read the information that we get. And I know Stephanie's probably sitting at home going, holy cow, that'd be great, because she's the one that sends most of that information. But I really spend some time going through that information, show up with the right gear, the right load count, and those kind of things are going to make the class go so much better. The next thing that I would recommend that you do is look through your gear. I was just digging through mine here. I got my ears here. I typically travel with some Sordens, but in the last class I left them in John's bag. So here's knocking on wood that John shows up with my good ones, but I brought an extra set. So I'm set if he forgot. And if somebody else forgot and John remembered, I've got an extra set for somebody else. Another big thing for a class is the med kit. Again, you'll see the Pooh Bear on there. This is actually Steph's med kit because, again, left my stuff in John's car. But having some backups that we can take and have the right gear when we get there is going to be good. This is the ASP med kit. Now, this is the original version that had the zipper. The new version has the Velcro on it. I think you've probably seen some gear reviews on these things. If you want to get one of these, you are helping out a group of folks that take some special needs people hunting. So that's where all that money goes to. But having something like this when you go to a class, having that visible medical on you, just immediately tells the instructor and the rest of the folks that there's somebody there that's at least clueful that bad things could happen. Now, that doesn't mean you're trained, and it doesn't mean that you know what you're doing with it, but having the gear is a big start. Another way again to suck less is go get trained on this stuff if you haven't already. But having your ears, a med kit, I've got my ankle kit here as well that I'll have on me all day, all weekend. This will be on me when I'm on the range. And then another thing here is, Range Tech actually is the sponsor for Suck Less Saturday. This is the Range Tech timer that I carry with me all the time. Check it and make sure that your battery is charged, which is what I was doing, which is what made me came up with this idea to talk about this a little bit. But folks, so this is going to be a real short one this week, folks. But sucking less in a class doesn't mean going to the class to impress the instructor or the other students. It means to go there, embrace the weirdness that they tell you things that may not be exactly what you've done before. Doesn't mean that you have to do it that way forever and ever. Oh man, I've gone to some classes and embraced some stuff that was really weird for me, spent a little bit of time with it and decided, this isn't for me. This isn't giving me a measurable improvement in my skills and abilities. So I went back to what I was doing before, but I gave it a try. I embraced it. I didn't scoff at them. I didn't tell the instructor how I didn't like what they were doing or I didn't think it was right. I asked some pointed questions and I don't understand how this is going to help me. And that's okay, but to suck less in a class means don't become that guy. Don't be that guy in a class. Suck a little bit less. Have some fun in classes. Everybody enjoys having a good time in these classes. The instructors, we do this for a living because we enjoy it. We have a passion around it. We want to help people get better. We want to meet you where you are, not where I am. So So spend a little bit of time when you get ready for your class. Go to activeselfprotection.com. Look for one of our classes. There's all kinds of great instructors out there. You know, the Brian and Shelley Hill, Scott Jedelinsky, John Johnson, Melody Lauer. I mean, the list is a mile long. If you can get in a Gabe White class, I'll see you there. I'd love to. I can't wait to go back to another class of his. He's the one that started this whole suck less thing for Neil. So suck less this week by finding a class, preparing, getting your gear together, making sure that you've got everything you need, and then check your attitude, check the regs, make sure that you're bringing everything that you need, show up at the class, embrace the weirdness, have a lot of fun. You're probably going to learn something. And maybe, if you want, before you do the class, go do a little bit of dry fire. So I'm sitting here in my hotel room. I've got a safe direction over here. In a hotel room, typically what they tell us for a safe direction is the air conditioner unit. If you're going to dry fire in a hotel room, aim at that thing. So I've got my gun here that I have cleared. Everything is clear in there. And I'm just going to do a little bit of dry fire to prepare for this class. You don't have to do all that if you don't want to, but I'll tell you, you'll probably show up at class. You'll have a little bit more fun if you're a little bit warmed up before the class. You'll suck less in it and you'll have a good time. See you next week, guys.